All right. Coming to a seated position, we're going to cross our legs, walking the feet out a little bit to find that foundation, lifting up, pulling the peroneal muscle up, dropping down, pulling the seat bones back, gently placing the hands on the knee, inhaling, bringing the belly big like a bowling ball, raising it up, dropping the shoulders back, dropping the chin, exhaling, making the sound of the ocean with the breath of Ujjayi. Inhaling, exhaling, constricting the back of the throat, making it sound like you're fogging a window pane. Inhaling, exhaling, and closing the eyes, finding your center, just focusing on breathing from the lower back of your throat. Inhaling again, exhaling, pulling the navel back to the spine, keeping that peroneal muscle engaged, pulling the chest up, chin down, inhaling, exhaling. Good. We're going to do it one more time. Deep inhale, exhaling. Good. Now we're going to move to Kapalabhati, breath of fire. Inhaling. And then holding the breath, making short, quick exhales, removing all the mucus from your nose. Exhaling. Locking the chin, inhaling deeply, exhaling. One more time, inhaling deeply, exhaling. Good. Now the next breath, we're going to do short inhales and short, quick exhales. It sounds like this. Good. Do one more time. Inhaling short, exhaling short. Now, eventually, you want to get to being able to do that for about 3 minutes straight. Seems like a long time, but you'll definitely clear all the mucus out of your system if you do that. Good. Now opening your eyes. We're just going to take the right fingertip, walk it out to the right a little bit, bringing the elbow to the ground or keeping the elbow just slightly bent. We're going to inhale the left arm up, reaching it over to the right, getting a good stretch in your side body. Inhaling, exhaling, reaching even further. Inhaling, pulling the abdomen in, reaching even further. Good. Now pressing into the ground with the right hand, we bring the left fingertips to the ground, walking it out just a little bit, bending the elbow, inhaling, reaching the right arm up, and then exhaling, bringing that left elbow to the ground, keeping that right hip stuck to the earth. Inhaling, you can look up or look straight. Inhale one more time. Exhaling. Good. Always using breath of Ujjayi. Now, pressing the fingertips into the ground, we're going to bring the right fingertips to the ground. And here, we're just gonna bring the arm to hover a few inches off the ground, the right arm, and you're gonna take the left fingertips, just gently placing them, the first finger behind the ear and the second finger right in front. Now, pressing your abdomen back to your spine, inhaling up, we're gonna just slightly stretch and bring the left ear to the left shoulder. Good. Feeling this stretch here. Breathing. Releasing that tension in that right neck. Now here, we can look down. Taking a deep breath. Good. Now gently taking the left hand and bringing the head back to a straight position. We're going to bring the left hand to hover off the ground a few inches, bringing the right hand, first finger behind the ear, second finger right in front, finding those two grooves that are made for you to do this pose. Inhaling, pulling the abdomen back to the spine and just bringing the right ear to the right shoulder, dropping the shoulder, breathing. Good. Now you can look down, gazing down at the ground, feeling that neck muscle stretch. You can even reach that left fingertip out a little bit more. One more deep breath here. Good. Now gently taking the right hand and pressing the head back up, we're going to come to our hands and knees in cat-cow. Always bringing the shoulders above the wrists, the knees right below the hips, pressing the tops of your feet into the ground to see how it makes you more stable. We're going to do a few rounds of cat-cow here. So inhaling, looking up. Exhaling, rounding the shoulders, pressing the pelvis forward. Inhaling, looking up. Exhaling, rounding the shoulders, pressing the pelvis forward. Good. I'm going to move a little bit quicker. Inhaling up. Exhaling, rounding the shoulders. Inhaling up. Rounding one more time. Inhaling up. And we're going to come to a flat neutral spine. Now here we're going to press the left hand into the ground and the right knee and right foot into the ground, raising the right arm and the left leg. Finding your balance, pressing into the ground, inhaling and stretching even more. Good. Now bring the right arm to the ground, the left knee to the ground, and we're going to do the other side. Pressing into the ground with your right hand and your left knee, raise the left arm and the right leg. Breathe here. Finding your balance, pulling the abdomen in, engaging the perineal muscle. You can flex the foot, stretching the heel and the fingertips even more. Inhale, exhaling, the left arm down, the right foot down. We're going to come to our bellies and do a stretch. You're going to reach the right arm up and the left leg up like a shark. Inhale, exhale, bringing it down to the ground. Inhaling up, raising the left arm and the right leg, pressing, feeling those pelvis bones in the ground. Good. Inhale, exhale down. We're going to do both legs and both arms at the same time. Pressing your pelvis into the ground first, inhaling up, both arms and both legs. Good. Now exhaling, bring the arms, the forehead, and the feet to the ground. Taking 2 breaths here before we start our sun salutations. So coming back into a tabletop position, we can push our butts back to our heels, walking the hands back slightly, pulling the knees to the chest, and simply straightening the legs. From here, we're going to walk to the front of our mat. So with your feet at the front of the mat, pelvis pressing forward, find your foundation in your feet. Engage your leg muscles. Open the arms, roll the shoulders back, drop the chin. This is mountain. Inhaling the arms up. We're going to just bend the knees, coming into chair, tucking the tailbone under, reaching the arms up even more, sitting down a little lower, reaching the arms up even more. This is chair. Now inhaling, exhaling, we fold forward into a forward bend. Now bringing your head to your knees, engaging the abdomen, dropping down even lower, placing the hands on the ground or just letting them hang wherever they are. Pressing the hands onto the thighs, straightening the back, elongating the spine, rolling the shoulders back, looking directly at the ground, flat back. Now bending the knees, placing the hands on the ground, stepping the right foot back, stepping the left foot back. We're going to bring our knees to the ground and lower down, bending our elbows, bringing our chest to the ground, rolling the toes under. And from here, we're going to bring our shoulders and our scapula together, pulling your elbows toward each other, pressing down into the ground, coming up into cobra. Good. Inhaling, exhaling, lowering down to the ground. Coming back into a tabletop. And from here, we roll the toes under and straighten the legs, going into downward dog. Now we're going to raise our right leg up into the air as high as possible, bending the right knee, bringing the right knee across the chest, placing the right foot in between the hands, turning the left foot outward to a 90-degree angle, engaging the left leg, engaging the right leg, pulling the abdomen in, reaching up into warrior one. Good. You can bring your hands together or keep them apart, straightening your arms. Inhaling, exhaling, bringing your hands back to the ground, turning the left foot, bringing the right foot back to go back to meet in downward dog. Now we're taking the left leg, reaching it up to the sky, bending the right knee, bringing the right knee through the chest, placing the left foot in between the hands, turning the right foot, pressing into the ground with both legs, pressing down to the right edge of your right foot, raising up. Breathe here, sitting down a little bit lower. Good. Now inhaling up, exhaling, placing the hands around the left foot, turning the right foot, bringing the left foot back into the air and placing it besides the right foot. Downward dog. Looking up between your hands, you're going to walk, step, or jump to the front of your mat, remaining folded. We're going to press our hands into our shins, elongate our spine, pull that crown forward, look at the ground. Take one deep breath here. Now we're going to bend the knees, raising the arms by your ears, pressing the pelvis forward, and then straightening the feet. Bringing the arms by your side, you come into prayer position, and we're gonna do it again. Inhaling the arms up, bending the knees, sitting down, finding your seat, rolling, tucking the tailbone under, reaching the arms up higher, rolling the tailbone under even more and reaching the fingers up even higher, pulling that abdomen in, keeping those feet stuck into a firm foundation. Good. Now we're gonna inhale, exhale, Straightening the legs, forward folding, coming into a forward fold. Pressing the thighs back to the wall, pressing the hands into the shins, straightening the arms, looking at the ground, pulling that spine forward. We're going to inhale, exhale, bringing the hands to the ground, stepping the left leg back, stepping the right leg back, bringing the knees to the ground, rolling the toes under so you're sitting on the tops of your feet, bending the elbows, keeping them close to your ribs. Good. Now we can come all the way to the ground, re-find our hand position so we're comfortable before coming up to cobra. Pressing your pelvis into the ground, pressing the feet into the ground. Inhale, a slight back bend. Good. Now lowering back down, we roll the feet back under, pressing up into a tabletop on your knees and hands. We straighten the legs, coming into downward dog. Good. Inhale the right leg up to the air as much as possible. Bend the right knee. Bring it through the chest. Placing the right foot in between the hands. Turning the left foot. Pressing into the ground with both feet. Engaging the abdomen. Reaching the arms up. Warrior one. Inhaling and exhaling. On the exhale, bringing the hands to frame the foot. Turning the left foot. Reaching the right foot all the way back. Bringing it to sit next to the left foot. Finding your downward dog position again. Inhaling the left foot up. Bending the knee. Bringing it through the chest. Placing it in between the hands. Turning the right foot outwards. Finding that foundation before you raise up. It's very important. Inhaling up. Exhaling, bringing the hands back down to the ground. Rolling the right toes forward. Bringing the left leg back to the air and placing it besides the right. Looking in between the hands, we're going to walk, step, or jump to the front. Remaining in a forward fold. Pressing your hands into your shin, seeing how you can elongate your spine, rolling the shoulders back. Breathe. Now bending the knees, having your foundation, you're going to pull the abdomen in, tuck the tailbone under, and bring your arms by your ears. Good. Inhale, exhale, straightening the legs, and bringing the hands by the side. Amazing, guys. Now we're going to do some standing poses, your favorites. We're going to come to the middle of your mat. We're going to step the right foot out, bringing that right heel in between the middle of the arch of your left foot. We're going to press into the ground, seeing how you can find your foundation, turning your torso forward, inhaling the right and left arm up into a T. Now we're going to inhale, exhale, making your arms even wider. Good. Pressing that chest forward, keeping the abdomen in, and then shifting the weight all the way to the right, bending from the hip, bringing the back of your right arm down to your ankle, your thigh, or your toe. Looking up at your left thumb. Breathe. I'm sweating over here. Inhale, looking back even further. Good. Inhaling and exhaling, bringing the arms to sit evenly above your torso, turning the right foot, turning the left foot. Now we're going to shift all the way to the left, reaching those left fingertips all the way out before we hinge, bringing the back of the right hand to your shin, your thigh, or your big toe. Now looking at the right thumb, inhaling and exhaling, using the breath of Ujjayi all the time, clearing away that debris, using your breath to heat up your body. Now we're going to inhale, releasing this left arm, coming back into a T position, turning the left foot forward, turning the right foot out now. We're gonna walk the legs a little bit wider and we're gonna come into our warrior two. So pressing the outer edge of the left foot into the ground, finding your foundation with the right, bending the right knee, the knee always over the ankle. You can find your stance here, it's very important. Then we turn over toward the right, press the hands into the thigh, seeing how you're dropping down even further. Now reaching the arms out, gazing over the right middle finger. Breathe. Pulling the left fingertips back a little bit so you can sit evenly. Good. Now we're just going to place the left hand on the back of that thigh and reverse the warrior, bringing the right arm up. And just doing a little side body stretch. You can bend that left arm depending on where you fall. Good. Now we're going to bring that right arm back. Straighten the right leg. Turn the right foot. Turning the left foot. Bending that left knee. Finding your correct stance. Pressing into the ground. We're going to take both hands, pressing into that left knee. Pressing into the outer edge of the right foot. Raising the arms up, gazing over the left middle finger. Pulling the right fingertips back just a little bit. Breathe. Now, placing the right arm on the back of your thigh. Reversing the warrior, bringing that left arm just to stretch above you, looking up at it. Good. Now bringing the arm back down, straightening the left leg, turning the right foot, turning the right foot. One more time. We're going to come back into our warrior two. Arms out, gazing over the right middle finger, sitting down a little bit lower, pulling the left fingertips back. Now we're going to bend this right elbow and place it about 2 inches from the edge of our knee, finding that groove there. Inhaling the left arm up. Reaching it forward, straightening that left leg, looking up at the fingertips. Breathe. On the exhale, reach the fingertips even longer. Muscle up that quad in the left leg. Inhaling, pulling the abdomen in, straightening the right leg, bringing the arms back, turning the right leg, the right foot forward, turning the left foot to 90 degrees angle, bending the left knee. Pulling the right fingertips just back a little bit to sit straight, dropping down even more. Inhaling, bring the left elbow to the left knee. Inhale the right arm so you're straight diagonal. Drop that left shoulder down. Look up at the right fingertips. Sit down even lower. Breathe. Good. Now engaging the abdomen. We're going to reach that arm back, bring the arms to your side, straighten that left leg, turn both toes forward, and we're going to do a forward fold. Now we always want the edges of our feet to be parallel, never outward like this, but inward, to turn the toes inward, pull the abdomen in, place the hands on the hips. Now take a slight back bend back, and then keeping the abdomen in and the chin leading forward, we're going to forward fold. Breathe here. Good. Now we're going to walk the toes back in a little bit, come back up into a standing position. We're going to clasp our hands behind us, walking the toes back out just a little bit, what's comfortable for you. And then we're going to pull the arms back and reach forward. Dropping those fingers, loosening the fingers so you're not tightly clasping your hands, seeing how that allows you to drop down even more, lifting the toes up, pulling the abdomen in. Breathe. Now engaging the ab muscles, pulling those fingertips back to the wall. Relax the arms. Heel toe, walking the feet back together to a standing position. We're going to come into tree. So with both the toes together, the heels slightly apart, or you can have your feet hip distance apart, whatever's comfortable for you. I'm gonna have my toes together, pressing the pelvis forward, shifting my weight into my left foot, bringing the right foot either the ankle above the ankle, just like this, opening the hip here, bringing it below the knee or above the knee. Bringing your hands to prayer, inhaling, opening the chest even wider, and if you choose to, you can let your branches grow. Good. Opening this right knee a little bit wider, pressing into this left thigh. Bringing the hands back into prayer, releasing the arms, bringing the right knee forward and placing it beside the left. Now, shifting the weight into the right foot, we're going to bring the left leg up either right here, next to your ankle, below your knee, or above the knee, never on the knee. Bring the hands into prayer position, letting your branches grow wide. Good. Opening that left hip, bringing that left knee more behind you, pressing that right foot into the ground. Breathe, bringing the hands back into prayer, turning this left knee forward and placing it down beside you. We're going to come to the ground. Placing your butt on the ground, we're going to do staff pose. One of your favorite poses, I already know. So we're going to find our seated foundation here, pressing into the ground, pulling the abdomen in, dragging the body backwards. We're going to inhale both arms up, engaging the abdomen, making that space. So reach your fingers to the ceiling here, pulling the toes back to the knees into the ground, raising the heels just a little bit, inhaling up and reaching forward, grabbing the edges of your feet, dragging the chest forward, or placing your hands beside your calf muscles and just bending. Breathe here. Good. Now placing the hands into the ground, you're going to walk the hands back until your spine is straight. We're going to bend the right knee, inhaling the right arm up, placing it about a foot behind you, shifting the body back a little bit, inhaling the left arm up, twisting the body all the way forward before bending this left elbow, the left shoulder behind on the outer edge of the right knee, inhaling, twisting even more, looking over the right shoulder. Good. One more breath here. Now twisting the head to the left, unraveling the left arm, straightening the right knee. We're going to now bend the left knee, raising the left arm, placing it about a foot behind you, inhaling the right arm up, twisting the body first, then bending the right arm and placing the back of the right shoulder against the outer left knee. Inhale, twist one more time. Good. One more breath, unraveling the right arm, straightening this right foot. We're going to bend the right leg, bringing your heel to your perineum, to your pubic bone, bringing this left toe back to your nose, really stretching that. Inhaling the arms up, pressing this right knee into the ground. Then we're going to fall forward, grabbing the edges of your feet or placing your hands on the ground. Pulling the abdomen in, reaching the chest forward even more. Pressing that right knee to the ground, reaching forward even more. Good. Now pressing your hands into the ground, we walk back to a seated position. Straighten the right leg. Bending the left foot now and bringing the left heel to the edge of your pubic bone, finding your seat. Good. Pressing the left knee to the ground, pulling the right toes back to your nose, inhaling both arms up. Inhale again. Then on the exhale, we're going to bend forward, grabbing the edges of your foot or bringing the hands to the mat in front of you. Dropping the head, pressing this right knee into the ground, pulling that right toe, those right toes back, flexing the foot. Inhaling, exhaling. Now, pressing the hands into the ground, walking them gently back to a seated straight position. We're going to actually come into butterfly. So you're just simply going to bring your heels together, pressing the seat bones into the ground. If you have pillows later, this is a great place to press your knees down with. And from here, you can literally bring the arms straight in front of you, bending the elbows, and then we can do eagle arms. Just a gentle eagle arms, pulling the shoulders back, raising the chest up, looking at the fingers, pulling the fingers away from your nose. Good. Now, unraveling the arms, we're going to do the other side. Bringing the left arm now over the right. Pulling those shoulders back, pressing that chest through that space that you've made. Looking at the fingers and then raising the elbows and reaching those fingers out even more. Inhaling, exhaling, bringing the fingers back to the nose, unraveling the arms, straightening the legs, and we're going to come flat on your back into bridge pose. Bringing your knees to your chest, grabbing your ankles, bringing them to the outer edge, just right outside the edge of the hip. We're going to place the hands on the ground. Lift the pelvis up, clasp the fingers underneath, roll the shoulders beneath your back. Pressing your elbows and your forearms into the earth, reach up even higher with your pelvis. Inhale, exhale, lowering the butt to the ground. We're going to do that 2 more times. Pressing into the ground, raising the pelvis to the sky, keeping the head always looking at the ceiling. Inhale, exhaling the butt down. 1 more time. Inhaling the pelvis up, pressing the shoulders into the ground. Good. Now on the next exhale, we lower the butt, remove the arms, and roll the shoulders back to a flat position. Here, we're just gonna bring our knees to our chest and give ourselves a big hug. You can roll to the right or the left, giving yourself a spinal massage. Bringing the legs straight up above you, grabbing the backs right below the knee, but the back of your hamstrings. You can bring your feet together or keep them hip distance apart. Bringing the toes to the nose, feeling that hamstring stretch, pressing those heels to the ceiling. Good. Now we're going to keep the left leg up and drop the right leg, touching the heel to the ground. Lifting the right leg up, dropping the left leg. Just going to keep going so I can record this video for them. All right, I'm just gonna keep going so we can do the video. So where was I at? Okay. Bringing the right leg down, Don't worry, we're still in the same position. Bringing the left leg to your nose. Now bringing both legs up again. We're bending the knees, bringing them to the chest, opening the knees a little wider, and then we're grabbing, using our outer edge of our shoulders to press into the inner knees, grabbing the outer edge of your feet, bringing those thighs and those shins parallel with the wall, with the mat, pressing the feet to the ceiling, keeping them straight. Now pulling the knees back into the ground. You can do one at a time, pulling the right leg down, releasing it, and then pulling the left leg down, releasing that one. You can rock from side to side here in happy baby. Now bringing the feet together. We're going to do a little bit of core work. So we're going to straighten the legs, bring them to the ground. Bending the knees, bringing them to the chest, taking one deep inhale and one exhale, seeing your knees drop even more to your chest. Keeping the abdomen engaged, we're going to straighten both of those legs, then bring the heels to the ground. We're going to do that 3 more times. Inhaling the knees up, inhaling and exhaling, letting it drop down even more. Engaging the abdomen, straightening both feet, dropping them to the ground. 1 more time, doing that ab work, bringing the knees to the chest, inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling, straightening the legs, letting them hover off the ground, and then dropping them to the ground. We're going to bring our knees to our chest 1 more time, making sure your sacrum is flat on the ground, your back is flat on the ground. We're going to reach our arms out into a T position and twist, bringing our knees to the right, dropping them all the way down, keeping that left shoulder placed into the ground, looking with your head over the left shoulder. Engaging the abdomen, bringing the navel to the spine. You're going to pull that abdomen in, seeing how it allows you to stretch and twist even more. Breathing here. Good. Now we're going to bring the knees back over the chest. Resetting your foundation. Bringing the arms out to a T 1 more time and dropping the left knee and the right knee to the left. Looking over the right arm. Breathing, pulling the abdomen in, feeling that side body on the right side stretch. Take 3 more deep breaths here. Good. Now we're going to bring the knees back up to the chest. We're going to place the feet on the ground, bringing the left leg over the right. If you can do eagle legs, which is wrapping twice. If not, just cross it like you would normally cross your legs. Now we're going to take the right hand and bring the left knee to the ground, reaching the left arm out, looking over the left, trying to keep this left shoulder into the ground. Breathe here, pulling the navel back. Good. Now engaging the abdomen, pulling it back to the ground, lifting the legs up. Unravel the legs, find your foundation again, And now we're gonna cross the right leg over the left, bringing the right arm, the left arm out to a T, taking your left hand and pulling that right thigh to the ground, trying to keep your right shoulder stuck to the ground, looking over at your right fingertips, palms facing downward, breathing here. Good. Now taking that left hand, pushing that knee back up, unraveling the legs. We're gonna come into Shavasana, just straightening our legs. Taking a deep breath. You're going to remain with your eyes closed, your entire body flat on the ground. You're going to relax the arms, relax the neck, relax everything. Your eyes, your lips, your forehead, your eyebrows. You're going to relax the upper back, the lower back. Feeling the hips release, feeling the backs of the thighs, the backs of the knees. Feeling the calf muscles relaxing out. The ankles, and just bringing your awareness to your third eye, that sun center, that all-knowing space. And sit in that comfort that you are protected, you are safe, you are happy, and you are aware of what's going on within your body, what's going on without your body. Just breathing, relaxing, and offering gratitude for our ability to be able to breathe today, to be able to move, to be able to rest. Remembering that the key to life is being fluid, being able to go with the flow, move like the wind, ignite like the fire, be calm like the water. And be grounded like the earth. Feeling your vibration and resonating in this silence. Bringing awareness back to the fingers, the toes. Knowing that you can go into this state of meditation anytime you choose. When you're ready, rolling over to the right side into the fetal position, making a pillow with your hands for your head. Breathing. Going into the rest of this day with positive, bright light and intention for being productive, being loving, being caring, being compassionate, and being understanding. When you're ready, you can press into the ground with your right elbow and your left hand helping you raise up to a seated position. Bringing the hands together, we can complete this class with one Om. You can just listen to my voice, inhaling, or join me. The divine light in me sees the divine light in you. Namaste.